Here we are, Allegheny. We're back. It's March, and the videos are back. This is your March newsletter. The golf shop's open. We're excited. We have everybody back. Bethany's back. Jacqueline's back. Randy, Joseph, Drew, myself, and of course Tom Jones is back. We're excited. We're looking forward to a great golf season. We're hoping for an early golf season. It's actually 65 degrees today as I'm doing this video. We have some golfers out on the golf course. So we're ready to go. I thought I'd talk about some of the new equipment that's coming out, or that already has come out this year. We've done a few fittings already, and for all these companies I'm going to talk about, we have fitting days coming up that are, if you look in this newsletter, that are scheduled in this newsletter. So make an appointment, come see them if you're interested. I love golf equipment. It's probably my weakness, but there's a lot of good stuff this year. 2023 is a good year for golf equipment. I'm going to show you some of the drivers here. This is the TaylorMade Stealth 2. Last year they had the Stealth 1, and it went over pretty well. And this is the new and improved Stealth 2. It's pretty good. I haven't hit it yet. My son's hit it. He said it's pretty good. This is the Callaway Paradigm. In our fittings, it's been going very well. People are liking it a lot. They're hitting it well. It looks good, sounds good. Also brand new for this year. Mizuno is mostly known for their irons, but their driver and woods are pretty good. This is the Mizuno STX. I know Keith Mitchell has put this right in his bag, and he's almost won a couple times. He's playing great golf. He almost won the LA Open last week. But it's pretty good. And we do have a fitting day coming up for this. It looks good, feels good, and hits pretty good. I've hit it. I've also hit this one, the Titleist TRS. Drew Bond is using the Titleist stuff. He loves it. It's a great driver, looks great. They've always made great looking drivers. This is the TS4, which is the low spinning version. They have a TSR1 that's for maybe lower speed players. TSR2 and TSR3 and TSR4, you have to come and get fit and see which one fits you the best. But it's pretty good. The one I'm using is the new Ping G430. I use the LST model. That's the low spin model. I do like it quite a bit. It hits good. I was in Florida, used it. You can tell on tour a lot of guys are switching to this model, so they like it. Feels very good, looks good. I'm a big fan. These are the new Ping I230 irons. I'm using those. Like them a lot. They're nice and forgiving, feel good, go the distances I want them to go up in the air easy. I'm a big fan. They did a great job with these. For the last 2 years they had the I210s, which were pretty popular. These are the next generation, and I'm a big fan. They feel really good. Okay, so as we move into spring, and some of you haven't played, some of you have, some of you have been in Florida playing, which is great. Some of you are just coming out of the winter. Maybe you've been playing some paddle tennis or regular tennis or pickleball. So I figured I would talk about how we use our hands in the golf swing. I think some people, you know, they almost try to keep their hands out of the golf swing, but I think it's important that we educate or re-educate our hands. I'm no tennis pro, but I know in order to control this racket, to hit one down the line or across court, we're doing it mostly with our hand, our forearm, our hand, and that's what controls this paddle. Ping pong, same thing. Got to be good with your hands. So how does that relate to golf? Well, it's the same thing. I think golf maybe is a little bit more complicated because you almost have two paddles, two rackets. You have this one big long racket here, and then you have this little racket down here, and we have to control both of them. Okay, so we have to learn how to swing the big racket correctly, but it doesn't do us any good if we don't know how to control the little racket. Okay? So I think, you know, as you start to play some more golf, get out of your paddle sports, it's important to hit some shots and educate your hands. We use some things in our teaching. Many times we'll tell people to go knuckles down. And what I mean by that is in your left hand, you turn your knuckles down. That makes the club head turn over a little bit more. Sometimes we have to tell people knuckles up to keep the club face a little bit more open or a little bit more square. Now, one thing that's very important when we use our hands is how we put our hands on the club. So I don't think there's any real fundamental grip. Jon Rahm's been playing incredible golf. He has a fairly weak grip. What I mean by that is his thumb is going almost right down the center of the shaft. Dustin Johnson has a very strong grip. His thumb's going down the side of the shaft, and he can see probably 3 or 4 knuckles up there. Most great players are somewhere in the middle of that. So this line on their hand here is going up towards their right shoulder or between their chin and their right shoulder. Okay, so my grip is kind of in the middle. I try to see 2 knuckles here, and that allows me to use my hands the correct way. You can hear the announcers on TV talk about how Tiger has such great hands. He knows how to use his hands. So I think it's important for us to learn how to use our hands. So I would urge you to experiment a little bit. And what I mean by that is just hit some little shots. Some of them keeping your logo on your grip or your glove up or your knuckles up. So that keeps the club face a little open. Then I would urge you to hit some where you get your logo going down to the ground like that. Your knuckles are going down to the ground like that. You know, in a good golf swing, my logo on my glove is here facing the camera, and by the time it gets to the waist high on the other side, it's facing back away from the camera. So I think it's important for us to educate. So if I wanted to hit one a little bit right, I would go ahead and keep my knuckles up. And I can do that to the right. If I wanted to hit one a little bit left, I would get my knuckles to the ground, like that, and it went left. And then I would just, you know, I think it's then easier to hit it down the middle. I know what right is, I know what left is. I'm gonna go somewhere in the middle of that and hit it pretty straight. So that's how we educate our hands. I think it's really important to educate our hands. It's important for short game shots, for just about all your shots. So if you have any questions about that, comments, anything you want me to talk about on these videos, just email me. Come see Drew, Randy, Jacqueline. Joseph or myself, and we can help you with your golf game. We're looking forward to a great golf season, and we'll see you all soon. Thanks so much.